When the woman took off her wig, her head was completely bare, and there were only 3 fingers under her gloves. Taking off the shoes, the toes are even weirder because she is not a human at all, but a real witch in the eyes of outsiders. They are glamorous and elegant ladies after taking off their disguises. Only their ferocious appearance remains. What witches hate most are human children. They think children smell worse than cat feces. As the senior witch, Anne issued orders to the
unto every child in the world.
witches below. The witch below immediately questioned how it was possible to eliminate all children when they were spread all over the world. The boss turned her into ashes with just one look. This is the fate of questioning the boss, but this is indeed a problem. She took out a potion from her chest. As long as she drinks it, she will turn into a mouse. So she asked all witches to open a candy shop. No child can resist the temptation of candy, and she has taken a boy made a guinea pig. After a while, the boy will come to the conference room, and she will prove the power of the potion in front of everyone. All the witches applauded the boss's perfect plan, but little did they know that there was a boy hiding under the table and eavesdropping on all their conversations. Suddenly the boss smelled a disgusting smell. She opened her nostrils and sniffed around the table crazily. Then she threw the table away. Fortunately, the boy had already hid just when the boss was about to find him. Following the smell, there was a knock on the door. The boy came as promised, and the witch welcomed him in despite the stench under and temptation. The boy moved forward step by step. When the hour hand reached 12:25 on time, the boy's whole body twitched, and his orifices rose into the air like an inflated ball. Smoking after falling down, he completely disappeared, and the witches were watching behind him to watch the joke. After a while, a little mouse came out of the clothes. Before he could figure out the situation, one of his big feet mercilessly trampled him to death. Jack, who was hiding in the vent, was distraught, but there was nothing he could do. Suddenly, the little white mouse on his chest uttered human words and rushed out to save people with the flexible movement of the white mouse. The fat mouse was quickly rescued. Jack was explaining the current situation to him. The boss had already opened the barrier and dragged Jack out. He was pinned to the ground by several witches and was about to be forced to drink the magic potion. The woman opened her mouth wide and dropped the potion into the boy's ear. The next second, the boy burst into smoke and rushed into the air. When he landed, he had turned into a little mouse. The witch also wanted to take the opportunity to get rid of the boy, but fortunately the mouse rescued him in time. They got into the vent, followed by the witch's outstretched arms chasing after them. After reaching the end of the passage, the mice fell down instantly, but the witch had no time to retract her arm, and her hand was cut off by the exhaust fan. Wailing incessantly after the 3 mice landed, they started a heated discussion. Fat Mouse and Jack had just transformed, while Xiaobai was turned into a mouse 4 months ago. The witches want to turn all the children in the world into mice. Jack proposes to meet his grandmother first and then find a way to turn back into humans. They returned to the lobby through the kitchen, sneaked in while the guests were entering the elevator, and successfully reached the 4th floor. Unfortunately, they are not tall enough to reach the doorbell. The little white mouse had an idea, jumped along the cleaning truck to the wall, and successfully rang the doorbell. Unfortunately, the cleaning lady who came back happened to bump into a few mice and chased them away. Fortunately, Grandma opened the door in time and rescued them. When the old lady heard the mouse calling her Grandma, she immediately accepted the fact that her grandson had turned into a mouse. After learning of the witch's shocking conspiracy, Grandma immediately decided to help them protect the world. They overheard that the boss witch's room was downstairs, so Jack volunteered to go to the witch's room in a small bag to steal the potion. When the witch wasn't paying attention, he successfully jumped on the table and got the potion, but when he returned, he was kicked by the witch. Put it in your pocket. Grandma quickly said that her things fell downstairs, but no one believed this reason. Fortunately, a knock on the door interrupted him in time, allowing Jack to successfully return upstairs. The housekeeper came to discuss the soup for dinner with Anne, but Anne impatiently said whichever was cheaper.
Orientation kitchen split pea? That's the one.
Then we will have this bit piece.
Yes, madam.
After Grandma's careful preparation, a bowl of black magic potion was born. This color is obviously not an antidote, and the little mice sadly accept the fact that they cannot become human again. Grandma also said warmly that no matter what he becomes, she will still love him. As always, they decide to put the potion into the witch's soup and turn them all into mice so that no more children will be harmed. Grandma sent them to the vent. Jack carried the potion to the kitchen, successfully poured the potion into the pot water, and then returned to Grandma's backpack without any danger. Then they came to the restaurant, intending to witness the ending of the witch with their own eyes. The woman suddenly twitched all over, somersaulted and flew into the air. When she landed, an ugly mouse emerged from her clothes. Immediately afterwards, the people at the same table began to transform one after another. In an instant, clothes were flying everywhere. Witches kept turning into ugly rats, and the restaurant was in chaos. Grandma knew that the potion had worked. She took the opportunity to sneak into the boss witch's room with the little mice. There were countless potions here, and she decided to collect them to deal with the remaining witches. But while Grandma was concentrating on getting the potion, the door suddenly opened. It turned out that Annie didn't drink the bowl of poisonous soup at all. She threw it away away from the bed angrily scolding her grandmother for ruining her plan. Seeing her grandmother's fearless look, Annie stretched out her arms and prepared to crush her heart. The little mice under the bed had a clear division of labor. Two pushed the mousetrap to the witch's feet, and one placed the potion on the deck after biting open the bottle cap. Grandma also understood how to delay the time when the opportunity came. Two mousetraps fell at the same time. The severe pain instantly made the witch open her mouth. Jack saw the right time, ejected with the magic potion, and sent her into the trap in the witch's mouth. The power of a whole bottle made it transform instantly. As expected, the boss turned into a mouse, which was also ugly, fierce, and bald. She set off countless mousetraps along the way, vowing to catch these little mice that ruined good things. As a result, her grandmother covered her with a glass cover that fell from the sky. Jack stole the key to the vault and gave it to his grandmother. When he opened it, he thought it was filled with cash. There is also a diary detailing the addresses of witches around the world. They decided to take the money and potion with them to go around the world to eliminate witches. Before leaving, Grandma released the witch's cat, and the screams instantly reached the ears of several people. After returning home, the three mice have their own luxurious playground. They don't mind at all that they can't become human again. He traveled around the world with his grandmother, and even formed an association to fight witches. At this time, Jack has become old, but he is still full of energy and leads the children to continue the great cause of fighting against the witch.